Okay, again, doing our first example now, you should have your step 3 for multiply and have 15 halves times 11 fourths. At this time, you follow your regular steps for multiplying a fraction. And 15 times 11 is 165, and 2 times 4 is 8. And a heads up on the 15 times 11, at this point, since we have worked so long and hard on multiplication, you may use a calculator. Yes, parents, I said they can use their technology. They may use the calculator, and that's okay. I still need to see the work, though, so proving that they understand the concept. And now we get to this point, which is our last step that you need to put for number 4, which is to simplify. At this point, we have an improper fraction, and we do not leave it like that. So now we take and do your division. So in the house, out of the house. 165 divided by 8. You cannot do 1 divided by 8, so we put our spot placeholder there. Now we do 16 divided by 8, which is 2. 2 times 8 is 16. 16 take away 16 is 0. I cannot do 0 divided by 8, so I bring down the 5. And I cannot do 5 divided by 8, so we put the 0 up here to hold place value. And this is where we need to go slowly, and if you need to after I'm done talking, pause and write it down. Your 5 becomes your numerator, and your 8 becomes your denominator. Remembering, if this gets confusing here, you can always look back at your first answer, and 8 is the denominator here. So then our final answer here is 20 and 5 ace jackets. That is for machine A. At this point, if you have any questions, you should pause and write them down. Okay, our next set here says machine B, again referring to the top of page 289. It is the same thing, so we will not be doing steps again, but we will walk through their problem. For step machine B, we need to find 7½ hours times 3 1/3. So let's get our problem copied. 7½ hours times 3 1/3. Okay, again, we're going to follow our same steps that you just copied in your spiral. First, they want us to estimate. So, if you need to, write the word estimate down and walk through your steps. 7½ is it closer to 7 or is it closer to 8? It is closer to 8. 3 1/3, is it closer to 3 or is it closer to 4? And it's closer to 3. And so we have 8 times 3, which is 24. So at the end, you can check to see if your answer makes sense and is reasonable. Okay, now our next step is to change the mixed numbers into improper fractions. So we have 7½. Again, I'm going to rewrite this so you can see to understand this part again. We need to do 2 times 7, which is 14, plus 1, which is 15, and put it back over 2. That's how you change 7½ to an improper fraction. And then you need to do the same with 3 1/3. Again, this step is to take the denominator times the whole number, so 3 times 3 equals 9, plus your numerator, plus 1 is 10, and put it back over your denominator. So now our two mixed numbers are 15 halves times 10 thirds. Okay, so either on the side here if there's room, or underneath it now, write your multiplication problem. That is our next step, is to multiply. Okay, in your textbook, they show you that they simplified first. Again, at this point, you guys know how to do things. You can choose which way you want. You can just multiply this out and then simplify, or simplify first. I'm going to simplify first because I like using the smaller numbers and it's easier to work with. So I can see 15 and 3, both can be divided by 3. So 15 divided by 3 is 5, and 3 divided by 3 is 1. I also see that 2 and 10 have common factors, so I'm going to divide both of these by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. Now I'm going to multiply. 5 times 5 is 25, and 1 times 1 is 1, and we know that any whole number over 1 is equal to that number. So my final answer is 25 jackets, and that's for machine B. Then I can also at this point, which I think I didn't say out loud for the first one, is check my estimate. Is 25 close to 24? And yes, it is, so that must mean I am on track. Okay, and that is today's lesson. So again, how do you find the product of a mixed number? First, you're going to estimate. Second, you're going to change those mixed numbers to improper fractions. And 3, you're going to multiply. And 4, you will simplify. Okay, and then we are going to do some more practice. Okay, so that was just a